Ishoina mahakala kurosa farikiti hisham hard no kurosa farikando. Yentala kurosa magorosa pinking in kanagorosa farikatinta. Could I say unto you, my son? I spoke to the world and I spoke to my children. And neither the world nor my children heard the things I have said unto them. For in all the ways I brought everyone forth, I brought everyone with a purpose. And in the purpose that I have given to each and every one, I have said unto them, keep thou holy this divine order that I have given unto you. For I showed them a world that was bright and beautiful, and I showed them the world that no man could have created by himself. And I exposed them to see the wonders of a world that I have created, and to know the beauty that lay in the power that was given to all. And in every way that I spoke, I told them, love and do good. Love ye one another and do ye good. And I have given them this injunction because I wanted them to recognize that love was the only way to discover God within themselves. For in every way that they would have loved, they would have found a way to do good. And in all the ways they would find a way to do good, they would find a way to remain in the heart that I had given unto them. For no man understands why he has a beating heart and why all things have a beating heart. For it carries my rhythm, but it also carries within it that which is sacred and divine unto me. So that in every way that everyone would walk in the way of their hearts and not the way of their heads, they would have always found the way to loving God and to do good by God. This world went the wrong way because man went in the way of the head. And wherever he went in the way of the head, he found everything that altered the divine order that was in the world and within him. For no man understands wherefrom came his illnesses and his impediments, and why his world is always in turmoil, and why there are plagues and pestilences and disasters that always afflict him in his world, because he didn't understand that it did not come from your God. It came from the way in which man did not keep faith with God and did not walk in the injunctions that God has given unto men. And so every man that went in that way was told, you went the wrong way. And the whole world went the way of the head because no man found a way to his own heart. For I taught man that wherever you work in your heart, you will never be able to bring harm, nor hurt, nor despair to anyone. For the heart is the citadel of divine love. These things I have taught my children when they came here from the sun. And my children knew that in every way that they walked in the way of the heart, they did great and marvelous things on earth, because I showed them where there is love, there's always the possibility that all things can work in the goodness and the joy of the Lord thy God. And every man knows how he felt when joy came unto him, for he felt that it came not from his head, but from his heart. For the ways of the light of God that is called Christ is within the heart and nowhere else. And wherever man walked on earth, he could not find the way to Christ, for he crucified Christ because he went the way of the head. And the way of the head led man to see all the things outside of himself which he has pursued. And every way he pursued it because it became the apple of his eye. He did not know that that which was hidden within him, that was sacred and divine, that is Christ, was never going to be able to come forth. And so man, in essence, crucified his Christ within himself. I showed man the way of the cross, and man did not understand it, because the cross represents everything in the world that man went after, that your God did not give man to take. And every man that came followed man in the same way that he saw everyone going. And no man said to himself, surely God did not give us to take these things. For every way we came in, we found it freely. It was offered freely. It is freely. And there is no other creature on earth that seeks to amass it in the way in which we do. And man did not know how low he sank before your God, because he did not recognize that all the things that are given outside of him came from within him. And God said, did you not know the power that lies within you? How is it that you see these things come out from you? And if they came out from you, they must be lesser than you, because they did not create you, you created them. And this whole world, my son, went so wayward that man could not remember the things that I taught man. Because I taught man that you yourself are only an outward projection of something that is great within you. And when man would have taken this time to contemplate the things that has been given to him, he would have come to know what I told him. Why I have created you in my own image and likeness. Because in every way that you are able to create that which you see outside of yourself from that which is within you, so show I you the way that I was able to create you as well. And no man understand these things. And every way that I have said unto you, preach and teach that my children may come to the true consciousness of why I said unto them, you have followed them in the wayward ways. And in the wayward ways, you have lost the way to know yourselves. The children of God did not know themselves, could not know themselves, because the children of God went after the seen things of the world. And everywhere that I saw my children, I heard my children said, I own this, I own that, I was able to get this. And I asked them, where from did you create them that you may own them? And every man that came into this world saw how every other one came into the world. You brought nothing in the world. You left taking nothing from the world. And everyone that saw the way that others left didn't see what I showed them. Nothing here belongs to you. Nothing could have ever belonged to you. For you did not create yourself. Neither did you create the things that you came into the world and found. All men went all over the world, dictating to every man all over the world what you should do and what you shouldn't do. This land is mine. That land is ours. By what right have you acquired land? By what right have you ownership of anything on earth? For everything that you are is what I am in you. You are nothing but the breath that I am in you. For I showed everyone in the world, whenever I have taken this breath from you, you are nothing. You become nothing because you are nothing without breath. And you do not pay for the breath that I give to you. For it is only because you have breath you are able to see, hear, speak, and do all the things that you do. Without my breath, you are nothing. You're finished. And everyone comes into this world never really recognizing this simple lesson. I exist because of breath. Without breath, I am nothing. And all man really needed and needs is breath. And all men went everywhere. I need this, I need that, I need to eat this, I need to eat that, I need to do this, I need to do that. And God said, well, could you eat? Could you drink? Could you do all the other things that you want to do without breath? Can you be or do anything without breath? My son, I have promised my children that the time will come when the truth must be known to them. Speak you my gospel of truth. For all the institutions of man and all the books of men are all the ways in which I told them you will be deceived by deceivers. And everyone heard what I said, and no one believed what your mother God said. For every man went saying, Father God this and Father God did. And I asked them, show me in any part of this world where anything came forth from a father. And I showed everyone that you came forth from a mother, that you may come to recognize that your creator is the mother. I created the Father from me, and the Father and I became one. And so everywhere that man went, no man questioned the basis on which any man told him, Father God did this and Father God did that. I told them, you all have eyes, but you don't see. There is no creature on earth in any species of earth that has not come forth from a mother. And then I looked at my children and I saw my children go the wayward way as well. And my children started calling on a God they didn't know. My children started idolizing gods that were not of them. And I knew the children could not have known who I would send in this world to be my son because they didn't know that I walk like them. I am like you. For that is what I told you. Everyone, I said to them, I created you in my image and in my likeness. The way you look is the way I can look. My likeness is every feeling and every attitude and everything that you have in you. You got it from me. It is me reflecting to you the way that I am, the way that you are. I send you to teach them the truth, for the children are lost in all the deceit that they found in this world. And wherever they walked in this world, they didn't know who they were. My children didn't know who they are, for they allowed every deceiver on earth to tell them who they are. And you tell all of them, how do you go all over the place? I'm an African. I'm a Trinidadian. I'm a Jamaican. I'm a Barbadian. I'm a Canadian. I'm an American. God said, you're none of these damn things. All you are Israelites. And because you allowed yourselves to be divided in all these different ways, you are divided among yourselves because you don't recognize that you are all brothers and sisters. Every one of you. It doesn't matter where you go, anywhere in the world, you can look and you can see that this person looks like you. You don't look like a Chinese. You don't look like a Japanese. You don't look like anybody else. You know how you look. And when you see how you look, you should recognize that anywhere you go in the world, you are brothers and sisters because you are Israelites. You are gods of lights. That is what I told you. Ye are all gods. You allowed people to divide you and to define you. And you allow them to encourage you to break every sacred and divine injunction that God had given unto you. And everywhere God told you, do not place your trust in man, you did exactly what God told you not to do. You mustn't have any gods, any masters, because God tell you can't have two masters. But what did you do? You placed man in offices and said, these are my masters and these are my gods. God said, but then if you have the master, you can't have me. And then whenever they started doing all things to you, you said, oh, God, help us. God, don't let them happen. God said, look, son, tell them, I like you. I like you. I look at them and I got so disgusted. I just turned away from them. Tell them, God, turn away from Alio. That's why I just went, where is God? Where is God? God said, no, where was your commitment to God? Because God told all of you, thou shalt not have any other gods. And so when you place them above God to rule you in God's house, because this whole world is God's house. Every land that you live in is a room in God's house. So God's house isn't any way that you think it is. It is this world that you're living in, this earth that you're living in. All of it is God's house. Every manner inside of it is the provision God made and said to you, this is the table I have placed before you. And then you run into these dens of robbers and thieves that you call churches and temples and tabernacles. I didn't give you any of these things. God did not give you any of these things. And God told you, the only way that you can find God, come to God, know God, and love God is through the Son. I didn't give you anything else. I did not give you anything else. And because you did not listen to what God told you, you found yourselves going the wayward way, and the wayward way led every one of you into the cemetery. God said, just imagine. You come out from the womb into a great world of light. You walked in this world of light upon the earth, and you ended up being placed in the darkness beneath the earth. You didn't find a way to come up higher. You didn't find a way to greater light. You found your way to greater darkness. And there is no one who came into this world that did not see what God showed man, from light, not to light, but to darkness. When you should have been walking from light to light, you went from light to darkness. And God said it is always the way that man was told, you have eyes, but you don't see. You all got ears, but you ain't hearing. Nothing that man has done has ever been pleasing in the sight of your mother God or your father God. Absolutely nothing. So it doesn't matter what any man thinks or want to believe. Everything that you have done, everything that you continue to do, God shows you. Look, you turn this world into a whorehouse and a marketplace. Place a price on everything that was free to you. And you are the only creatures on earth that do it. There is no other creature on earth that does what man does. And every way that he imposed his own order on the world, he disregarded your mother God and your father God's divine order. For we showed them, whenever you came into this world, everything was offered freely to you. Everything. And everything that was offered freely to you was already here. You didn't bring anything. So you couldn't own anything. Every tree, every manner that brings forth or its fruits or vegetables, whatever it is, it asks of you nothing. It yields itself up freely to you. This breath that you're taking, how much did you pay God for it? How much did God demand from you in price for it? Nothing, absolutely nothing. But you still go placing a price on everything that you see. And all of you went the way of the money god, which is Titus. All of you went the money god way. I need money for this. I need money for that. I have to have money for this. God said, you never said to yourself, all I ever need is bread. Because all the money you got can't give you this bread. That's how stupid this world has become. I need money for this. No, what you need is breath. And what you need is to acknowledge that you are because God is. And that every way that you have found the world that you came into, you must leave it the way in which God had brought you into this world, to recognize it is offering everything of itself freely to you. The earth doesn't ask you for anything. The wind doesn't ask you for anything. The seas doesn't ask you for anything. The sun that shines doesn't ask you for anything. So how come you suddenly find that everything that is of the world, that comes from the world, that is free to you in the world, has a price? God said, you tell them, all of you, every one of you without exception, disobeyed every sacred and divine law God gave to you. Don't steal, don't lie, don't deceive people, don't kill. Every one of you can never say, I have kept all of God's laws, but you're keeping the laws of man. You are more afraid of the laws of men than you are afraid of the laws of God. Every single one of you. God says, look, son, tell it like it is, because this world has to wake up. And more importantly, my children have to wake up to the true consciousness that all these gods and saviors that they're calling on and that think that was there for them, just tell them, all of you have been deceived. Because God didn't send anybody to save you or to die for you. Because every way that you did not listen, you were unable to know what God told you. You are your own gods. You are your own saviors. And because you did not know how it is that you are this way, I said to you as my children, wait, I will send you my son. He will teach you the way and the truth and the light. But you went looking for other saviors because you didn't wait. Shilana marakara safarikatonu, Ushila marakara sakindo, Umarakare Sifarkantondo, the Arik Mishulakarungu, let them know that I will give them the tongues that you speak, that they too may speak in these tongues, for it will be the great awakening of my children in the Pentecost that I said I have given for them to receive. For your Pentecost is the way in which God invests you back with the sacred tongues of God, and then allows you to be able to access the Christ consciousness in you that would then enable you to discover the way to God. In my light, you walk, and in my power, you speak and work, so that in every way that my children may see and know the way that you are, they may come to know the way that they were, gods and goddesses, walking in the flesh as man. I have said unto you, the time has come when the world must know who you are and the children must know who you are. That in all the ways that I send you in the many lands of my children, so will the redemption of my children be given in the restoration of God within them. For so it will be, for so it shall be. Say unto my children that your mother God and your father God, we have kept our promise unto them. We will send you our son. He shall be my way and my truth and my light. He will guide you in the path that is right and just, and he will enable you to discover the way in which my image and my likeness is within each of you. Turn from the ways of the world that you have been given and wait for God to let you know how it is that you can discover the way to love in God and to do good by God. I give unto you that which is given from God to you. Ye are all your brothers and sisters' keepers. Lift each other up. Walk in the blessed assurance that God is not only with you, that God is also within you. For you are the chosen children of God. You are God's people on earth. Believe in it, and it will lend you itself. And you will come to realize that in every way it was spoken that all you ever need and will ever need is God, nothing else. And these things I leave with you, that you may contemplate the things that God has given unto you to know, that you may align yourself back with the true consciousness of God in you and God in the world, that you may come to the full realization and the true consciousness of who you really are. And so will it be. So will it be. And so it must be.